Idaho is officially out of crisis standards of care. Well, most of Idaho anyway. Outside the Panhandle, hospitals are no longer seeing the demand for care that they were earlier this fall. That's because COVID cases are on a steady decline. Same with deaths. A stark contrast from what we showed you in late September when morgues were having to bring in refrigerated trucks for overflow. So with the news that things are slowly getting back to normal at our local hospitals, are funeral homes operating at normal capacities as well? Here's Katya Stepovic.
This truck is about 8.5 or 9 feet wide. It's lined on both sides with racks that are 3 high.
Dave Solova, managing partner at the Cloverdale Funeral Home in Boise, describing their new refrigerated trailer 2 months ago when there were about 16 bodies inside. But today
is one of the few days since last month that our additional refrigeration that we had brought in is actually empty right now.
In September, the funeral home was seeing 40% of deaths coming in as COVID-related. Now, COVID-related deaths are at about 10%, with only 6 COVID deaths so far in the month of November for the funeral home.
Certainly, it's better now to be able to tell folks that we're going to have their loved one to be able to return to them as cremated remains, in a normal period of time as opposed to 2 or 3 weeks.
According to the state's website, the number of COVID-related deaths has dropped in the past month. Last week alone, the state recorded in the single digits. On November 19th, just 1 death was recorded, something that hasn't been seen since July.
It's something that I think is a good day. I don't think that any of us wanted to see it continue to fill and fill and fill. There's never a time that it was full. I mean, we had 15 to 20 at one time, additional people there, but it's better that it's empty.
While November is shaping out to be more normal for the funeral home compared to the past several months, staff just hope it continues to get better.
We went through about 60 days of unrelenting new deaths every day, multiple deaths. There were times when we were behind meeting with families, 12 or 15 families having to wait. And that's a very hard thing to do for us because we don't like families to have to wait more than a day or so. And so for our staff, it's been a good thing to kind of try to get back to normal here a little bit.
This is a step in the right direction, obviously, Katya, but at what point will they no longer need the trailer?
Well, that's the question, right? If the pandemic has taught us anything, it's that the future is obviously hard to predict. But to play it safe, Solova says the funeral home will hold on to the trailer for at least a few more months into springtime. Now, he says as much as they would like to say the worst is over, no one knows for sure.
All right, Katya, thank you.